Okay.
Okay, putting an FCS plug in for a GoPro on top of a surfboard. Big ups to Crouchy on YouTube for giving me the idea to have a go at this. I'm going to do it slightly differently, so here we go. What you'll need is a 32mm hole saw, and I've put a line here which is the exact distance of the SCS plug. So 32mm for that guy. Alright. You'll need an FCS plug. That's a centre fin. It has to be a centre fin, and you can get that from any surf shop. I paid $8. I got ripped off, so get it cheaper than that. Okay. Safety boots. Yeah, safety boots. Okay. You'll need a Dremel, and this attachment's really handy. A little grinder for cutting into the foam.
Show us the grinder.
That's the grinder. A little green guy. Yep. Okay. As Crouchy said, you'll need a 3.5mm drill bit, and I've put a rubber band there just as a depth gauge at the same distance as the FCS plug, which is around about 15mm, I think 16mm. Okay, we're going to do it slightly differently to Crouchy. I'm going to try and not put a hole through the bottom of my board. The Dremel does such a good job of cutting everything. We're just going to knock the top of the glass off. So work out where you want it. I've put mine here, there's a little dot there. Just remember your 32mm hole saw is a little bit bigger than your plug, so don't have your plug right up on your stringer or you'll cut through your stringer. So I've just gone out for centre hole here. And the other thing is, these plugs, when you get to sanding point, you might actually cut that steel off, so just wind that all the way in at the start, and then you can't screw that up. That should do us. Okay. So, just going to punch a hole in the top of the board. There we are. Okay. That'll give us a guide hole for the hole saw. You want to make sure that that drill bit doesn't extend too far through your hole saw, or you'll punch through the bottom of your board, which isn't a disaster, but if we can help it, that's good. Alrighty. So we've just punched through the edge of that now. Alrighty. Next you'll need the green guy on your Dremel. Okay, you just want to put that in about 3. You want to plug it in first. Alrighty, and we're just going to use that just to cut that top of that plug off. Okay, so we haven't gone down very far with that, but that's okay. Now we can actually use this as a depth gauge, and we'll just punch through that foam until we get down to where you need to be. Alright, so that's given us just enough space. Now you want to go down about 2mm further than the plug. That'll give you a little bit of space to fit your glass underneath, which is, we're going to put a bit of glass in this, which is different to the other method as well. Alrighty, so that's pretty strong, but we're going to make it a bit stronger by cutting a lip just under the glass. That way when the resin pours in, that'll act like a wedge. Doesn't have to be very big, just a couple of mil. Okay, just double checking that. Yep, that's going to sit nicely. Good. There's a bit of confusion with this plug. The original method was just to fit it in. Jumped on the net a bit and I found the SCF. Apparently what we need to do is, these lugs are there just to hold the plug in place. Once that goes off, the whole thing gets sanded down and that'll be flush with the bottom of the board. But we're going to chuck a bit of glass in there as well.
Should I flip it over and get the dust out?
No, we're good. Do need some scissors though. Anyone seen the scissors?
No.
No.
Okay.
Cut your shirt.
Alright, let's get some. Found the scissors. Okay, we're just going to cut a couple of bits of glass here. Just like that. I'm just going to drop that in the bottom of the hole. That'll just reinforce the base of the plug. I might even use 2 sheets there. Just double check your plug's still going to sit freely with 2 sheets. Yep, and cool. Alrighty. I'm also going to cut a little piece like that. That's just going to go around the edge there. I might use a bit more in there. Alrighty. Paper cup. Okay. So now we're going to mix up the resin. For one board, if you want to have heaps left over, I'd use about 3 tablespoons should be enough. Before we get that far though, we're just going to tape up the board a bit.
Around the hole?
Yeah, just get that dust off. A little bit of acetone's nice just to give a bit of a clean.
Like this?
Down there. Just gonna run down there.
Too late, you're in it now.
I'll take up the go.
Oh, it's your board, save as well. Can we get something under that tail just so that becomes real level? It's a slight rocker in the nose. We just